Today's video, I'm going to be talking about Zion Williamson. I know you guys have been hearing about the crazy news that's been surfacing around Zion's name in the college basketball corruption trial. This video, I just want to talk about this situation and explain to you guys why Zion's name was brought up in this trial. So first, before I talk about this Zion situation, I just want to explain to you guys why the NCAA is going through this corruption trial and just explain to you guys what's actually happening with the NCAA. So I know you guys are really familiar about all the things that's been happening with the college coaches basically paying these athletes to play for their school and stuff like that. There's a lot of illegal things that's already been happening that the NCAA is actually still trying to figure out right now. As you can see, earlier this year, Arizona's head coach Sean Miller got busted with the entire DeAndre Ayton situation by trying to pay him like $100,000. Also, Louisville's head coach Rick Pitino was going through some illegal matter with the NCAA, dealing with Brian Bowen, who was getting paid by Adidas and stuff like that. So I'm just giving you guys examples on what's been actually frauding around in the NCAA and why they're really so hard on all these schools right now. But for Zion Williamson's situation, it all started in September of 2017 with a phone call between University of Kansas assistant head coach Curtis Townsend and a Adidas consultant, Merrill Cole. Now, this was a very private conversation just because they both was trying to figure out a way to get Zion Williamson to commit to Kansas. As you can see, Merrill Cole basically had communicated with one of Zion Williamson's family member. They say it probably was his father, but I'm not 100% sure. If it was Zion's dad, then Merrill Cole and Zion's dad had a conversation about Zion Williamson committing to Kansas. So basically, Merrill Cole and Zion's dad came to the conclusion that Zion's dad wanted some money in their pockets and also wanted a household for their family, which means they're already breaking the NCAA rules just because you're not allowed to have conversation like this. So now that Merrill Cole received the information on how to get Zion closer to commit to Kansas, he then had a phone conversation with University of Kansas assistant coach Curtis Townsend and just told Curtis what's the deal on how to get Zion Williamson. Once Curtis received this information, he then agreed to do whatever it takes to get Zion Williamson to commit to Kansas. Off the bat, they was already digging themselves in a deep hole just because they know the NCAA do not allow stuff like this. And now a year later, comes to find out that whole conversation was recorded. So this is a real tough situation for Kansas assistant coach Curtis Townsend and Merrill Cole just because the NCAA do not play. They don't play at all, and this can get very, very serious if they don't have no good lawyers. The good thing about this situation so far is that Zion Williamson is not being the one accused for asking for money in his pockets, which was his quote-unquote father. And on top of that, Zion even said himself that he's dumbfounded about this FBI investigation, which means he basically just don't know what's going on. And he also said no apparel companies ever offered to recruit him. So Zion is really playing this smart, and he really just need to not say anything about this whole situation and just move on and focus on the season. But when I figure out more information about this entire situation, I'm going to make an updated video and just keep you guys updated. I think you guys should watch it. If you make sure you like and subscribe, make sure you press the notification button. Ticket Gang, we out.